We're live. We're gonna start with Mr. President here. Oh my God, your nails are so sharp. Your dad needs to deal with that. Mr. President, this is Joe Biden, the Democrat. President Joe Biden, the Democrat, actually. He was vice president when we got him from the shelter. We said on the name that was not the shelter's doing. I always forget to put it on mute. But he really wants his breakfast. So actually, I forgot about that until right now when he's like slamming his face into my tripod. I'm going to leave you all to just say hello really quick. And he's going to go get a scoop of food. I promise I'll be right back because he's not having it. Okay, I'll be right back, I swear. Okie dokie. All right. We've got a happy cat now, so we can deal with that. Good morning. Good absolutely good morning, or good evening, or wherever else you are. You're getting the full you've seen my day in the life, so you've seen me in a lot of not cute athleisure clothes. But yeah, you're getting full cozy Carrie this morning. I literally at like 8:50 was like, oh no, I need to get out of bed. Like I really need to hurry up and get on this because my live stream starts. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today already. Laura, good morning. I think, oh no, I've just seen you like a bunch of my Instagram stuff. I don't remember if I've seen an order come through for you with that name. But hello, excuse me. I enjoy seeing the illustrations of the book on Instagram. Me too. I am so obsessed with the art for this book. I mean, as you guys know, if you've been here for any amount of time, you know I'm obsessed with the book in general. But especially the artwork. It took so much work to get that like the way I wanted. Maybe I'm like the bad client that everyone hates, but my illustrator, he was like, I think he just had a lot of personal stuff going on. I really think that's what it came down to. And he just like could not follow through on what he promised. I mean, he ultimately did. Obviously, this is gorgeous. But it took a lot of like coaxing and planning, and like he was super late on all of his deliveries, and like everything was like, hey, remember we talked about this? And like I have such a clear vision of how I want it to go. And he did finally do it, but oh my God, that was a lot of work. So yeah, so glad you like it. It was worth, everything in the long run. And Laura says the last vlog was really cool. I like the idea. Good. I'm so glad that the backwards thing wasn't dumb. I do think that weirdly so as like on YouTube analytics, I can see how long people watch videos for. And my like watch time for that video is slightly lower than some previous videos. So I think that some people like got lost in the middle of my day and just clicked out. Or maybe they were just busy. I don't know. But it was like such a stupid idea. And it was really hard to edit to like make sense. But I'm glad you liked it. That's it. That's good. July 5th. Oh my gosh, you're here again. I think you have a perfect attendance record, my friend. I was just thinking, this is episode 10, quote unquote. I've done this 10 times now, and this is going to be the last one. Sorry, because we've got Christmas and baby time. I think I'm officially just trying to like give myself peace mode. Starting like the new year, I think is kind of my cutoff, and I need to be like, I need some time to just like be super pregnant and not run around all the time. But anyway, yeah, congrats. I think you've been here for all 10, which is super nice and exciting. We've got Awan says, hi, Carrie. How are you? I'm doing well. My baby is currently like kicking me full on in the side of the rib. So if I'm like, I mean, you can't really see me, but if I'm doing this, that's because I'm like, dude, cool it. Okay. Like you don't have to smack me as hard as you can. Which he doesn't really believe that. He's going to do it anyway. But Mickey says hiya. So I say hiya right back. It's not showing the next comment. Saeed says from India, Hyderabad. Hiya in Hyderabad. You're right. I haven't missed a live. Yeah. July, you're like, if I had a perfect attendance record, I would give it to you. That's so exciting and so nice of you. Gayathri, you says, hey, how you doing? Gayathri, I think, is pretty close also to having a perfect attendance record, as is Teddy. I don't think I've seen Teddy in every single one. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's so nice, like, to see. I mean, obviously I don't know you guys, but like to have those usernames that I'm like, oh, like Teddy's here, July's here, Gayathri's here, like, and Gayathri is so here. I'm just gonna love on you guys really quick. I'm just gonna share a little appreciation. Gayathri has been in my email list for my book, which is Carrie French author. They were an early sign up, and they always, or almost, I think always, reply to my little question of the day that I have in those email newsletters. And it's like just so nice. And I see their likes and comments on Instagram and then on YouTube. And you're not annoying. Like sometimes there's people who are like, if you're super fans, but like creepy super fans, it's like, okay. But no, you're not annoying at all, which is super fun. So thank you. That's the big thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. July 5th, you've become must-see TV. That's a big compliment. And I'm so weird because I am creating like content that I don't even watch. Like I don't watch live streams. I don't watch, especially like podcasts. Someone last week said I should turn these into a podcast. Because I just like my pace of consuming entertainment is I don't like just when people like hang out and chat usually. I don't know. I'm a very like time-oriented person or whatever. So like I want to know what I'm getting out of it before I do it. I don't even like, if I have the choice between skim reading an article or watching a video, I will always skim read an article. Like I don't even really watch videos that much. And what was the other half of that I was going to say? Oh, and I don't even watch educational content. Same thing. Like with tutorials, if I can read that tutorial or if I can just figure it out myself, I will always just figure it out myself. And so it's dumb. Like, I don't know, maybe I should be following my own advice, but it's like awesome that you guys want to watch my content and like learn something new or like, you know, get some inside tips and tricks or advice or whatever, because like, I don't even watch this kind of content. I don't watch any of my competitors on YouTube. I don't watch like how-to videos for anything. And yet here I am creating this kind of content. It's so weird. It baffles me. Quick question from Teddy. Have you listened to the Freelance Fairy Tales with Alexandra Fazzulo? No, same thing. I know Alex, we're like quote unquote colleagues, work friends or whatever. Like we did a video series together. She's awesome. But no, I don't watch educational content, especially for stuff I'm already doing. Like it just makes me self-conscious, to be honest, to see what other people are up to. And I don't listen to podcasts, so no. I think that's a podcast, right? That she's got going on. Let's start with the questions. Oh, wait, we got 2 more hellos. We got to do all the hellos first. We got hello from Omnis Codes from the Philippines. Hello. And Daughter of a King says hi from St. Lucia. Am I even well educated? Do I even know where St. Lucia is? Isn't that an island like near Jamaica? Oh, I'm right. I don't know if it's near Jamaica, but I am right, in the Caribbean. Very cool. Very, very cool. Quick pitch. My book. How do I get this in frame? Dystopian sci-fi. You've heard me pitch it before. I'm going to keep pitching it. If you would like to, get the best of both worlds, you're ordering a book that you're going to love, a thought-provoking dystopian novel that I just got a review on Goodreads and they said my favorite. It was like, they were like, warning, this book may give you an existential crisis. They're like, I can't stop thinking about it. That's the goal. And so if you're interested, you can pre-order a book you're going to love. You can support me, that's the other half of the equation. If you get the ebook or audiobook, you'll get an instant digital download through that. So you can just have it right now. If you order a signed paperback, I am already shipping those out. So you're probably not going to have to wait until December 10th, but just a heads up, I will get a physical copy to you, obviously. And the other half of the equation is that all of my pre-orders qualify for all of my giveaways. And I've got 5 planned, but I know that there's one you guys probably care about more. We got some free book merch, obviously. But this Ask the Author giveaway. One-on-one consulting I pitch all the time because, like, obviously not knowing your specific situation in these comments, I can only offer, general advice. I know what has worked for me. I know what I see works, but without knowing your specific situation, I can only say, like, try this. And so if we consult one-on-one, I can provide that specific strategy advice just for you. So all pre-orders qualify. Just fill out the little form and you can have a chance to win free consulting with me, which is, the other half of this awesome equation. Another person's going to win a written strategy assessment. So not the video consult, but, still 2 pages of written feedback for you. And then someone's going to win my personalized or my freelance advice guide. So check that out if you're interested. Let's get into the questions because I've already been chatting here for 10 minutes, not doing anything helpful. Okay. Mickey says, didn't you burn out a lot doing college and work? Have any tips to manage anything? Oh my God, I can't read. Have any tips to manage everything? No, I actually note about my personality. I love being a student. If I could just be a professional student for the rest of my life, if I had a reason to go get a PhD or whatever, I would. I frequently have dreams that I'm back in college and just crushing it. I love school. And so the school side of things was never quote unquote hard for me. And it's something that I really enjoyed until I got to my master's program. And then I was like, because it was just awful. But no, so that wasn't a burnout for me. It was just something I really enjoyed doing. And same thing with work. I think that that's really what it comes down to is not burning out, is just making sure that the time you're spending on all of these things are fulfilling. And so even if I was technically tired or my schedule was really full of coming home from I had classes all day, then I had rehearsals, then I had a concert because my degree was in music education, as an instrumental oboe major. And then I also, needed to write 3 blogs for clients and I needed to work on some other projects. I was technically tired, or I was technically very aware of my schedule, but I never burned out because it was so much fun. It was fulfilling. It was awesome. Tips are primarily, find something that brings you joy that you want to look forward to. You're not dragging your feet, not wasting your time just out of procrastination. And tip number 2 is to really manage your schedule super effectively. And for that, I have always, I don't think showing you my Bujo is really going to help my bullet journal Bujo. Because it's so bright with these lights, you probably can't even see it. But for years and years, I have always taken the approach of doing task blocking instead of time blocking. So I don't usually set a schedule that's at 2 p.m., I'm going to write this project. And at 3 p.m., I'm going to do this project. As you've seen in my day in the lives, I just have a list of to-dos that I know need to get done at some point in the day. And by focusing on task oriented instead of time oriented, I can more easily plan every day to make sure that they're all equal. So it's I know that this task is going to take up kind of 3 time blocks. I think it might take 3 hours at the latest. Wherever that 3 hours fits in my day, that's fine. But I know that 3 hours is about what I'm going to need to give to this. This other task I know is going to take me 15 minutes. This other task I know is going to take me maybe up to an hour. And so seeing that I have that one big one, I can move those little ones to the next day, or I can, reshuffle my, they're little building blocks of tasks. I don't know how to explain it super well, but doing that, I think, gives you a better picture of what's coming up. It gives you a better picture of, again, how to, balance your time so that you aren't so slammed on a single day that you get burned out, but that you can be proactive and do some of that work the day before or 2 days before, so that when you finally hit day 3, that could have been a bomb that exploded on you, you've already made that lighter and easier for yourself ahead of time. I don't know, man. Was that helpful? Sachin says, What are the things you think now that you should have known earlier when creating gigs and writing buyer requests on Fiverr? I haven't done any buyer requests, to be honest. Like I've in college, like, so this was, I didn't even finish that word, in college. So that was, you know, five, is it really been like 5 or 6 years since college? I graduated with a master's in 2016. Oh my God, that's literally so long ago. That's insane. Wow. So yeah, because I remember like I would be on the bus riding home from college to go see my family. And I had this little tablet with like Wi-Fi or 3G or 4G or whatever, so I could like work on the bus. And I would remember just like having time to kill and being like, I don't have tons of orders. I guess I'll try buy requests just for like something to do. And so that was like the only time I ever did buy requests, and they like never turned into anything, and they were not worth my time. It was only because I had nothing else to do that I would try. Okay. In terms of making my gigs, things I wish I knew. I don't even know if I have a good answer to that question. That is a really good question, by the way, because I've kind of discovered everything as I have evolved, like the things that I have learned or figured out or like, mastered for my strategy or whatever. I don't think that would have been good for me at the beginning. Like, because when I was in college and I was doing this, so long ago, I wasn't ready for this to be my full-time business. I wasn't ready for this to be what it is today because I was a student and I was more than a full-time student. That was my priority. So like if I had known, I don't know, how to, I mean, this is so like vague in general, but if I had like figured out back then how to set up my branding to be attracting these, corporate clients, medium-sized companies, like global big clients, basically. I don't think I was ready for that back then. And I don't think I would have had like the time investment to sit down and do like a full 6-page website for a big client that like has a lot writing on it, a lot at stake. As an example, I don't think that I like the gigs that I've offered over the years have changed because once I work on something for a while, I kind of like I'll figure out, after a year or two of doing it, like I'm a little bored of it, or like I think maybe I want to try this different kind of like marketing writing. Or a lot of clients are, for example, email campaigns, I think is the last thing that I've recently added. And by recently, I mean like a year and a half ago. It's been a while now. I haven't changed things in a while because it's been a really good mix for me that I've enjoyed. But I was getting, requests from people more often that said, hey, can you write emails? And so just kind of like being open to their requests and their needs and what I want my business to look like shifting and moving forward. That changes with them. That changes with time. That changes with me when I get bored of doing something. And so starting out with this collection of gigs I have now also wouldn't have been a good fit for me back then. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just talking in circles here. In a nutshell, I don't think I should have known any of that back then because it got me to where I am today and how my business looks today, having discovered and evolved things all the way. Here's the ultimate summary here in a nutshell. Excuse me. Here's the takeaway, the golden kernel of wisdom. You need to be open to evolving. You need to, with this kind of business where you're in charge of it, it's all about you. It's your entrepreneurial spirit. It's you taking, control of your destiny or whatever. Like you have to be open to evolving. You have to be willing to change. You need to be completely centered on feedback, both of what your clients say to you, what they're telling you without telling you, and what you expect out of yourself. Like I always expect myself to get better. I always expect myself to offer more value to my clients and to like make the process as valuable for them as possible. as seamless as possible. And so with that mindset, that growth mindset, if you want to call it that, I'm always learning new things, and I'm always improving and changing and evolving and trying to do better. And I think that a lot of freelancers come into this, and in a good way. I mean, partially it's really good. And I'd say, I want to figure this out, and I want to do it the right way. And I want to set up a business that's just going to run. And it's like, yes, you should want to come really prepared and like start very successfully, but your business is not going to look the same, most likely. And if you're doing things right, in my opinion, in 3 years as it does today when you start out. And so just having that like flexibility, I think, is the most important thing that can get you on the right track. Okay, that was the longest answer in all of history. Wow. Okay. Vikas Sharma says, how to find a low competition keyword. I'm going to pitch you this video first. You can tell me if you've already watched it, and then I guess I can go back and, oh, Jesus. I'm trying to get this little search bubble. So here on my channel, make sure you can see that. Yeah. There's this little search tool. You can search for basically any question you have. So for example, if you're looking for motivation, right? Productivity killers, what I did this week, blah, blah, blah. If you're looking for SEO, wablam, right there. If you're looking for communication with buyers, wablam. If you're looking for pricing advice, wablam, right? I could go forever. So start there. I'm always happy to suggest videos, and like although I've made so many now, literally get lost in my own library. But I'm happy to, if you have a question, I will point you to a video, because I know my own library of content better than you guys would, obviously. But anyway, that's all to say. Ooh, keywords is coming up with weird stuff. That's funny. I'll go to tutorial. Anyway, use that tool. You might find something you're looking for without having to go dig through it. So ultimate Fiverr tutorial, level up success. I walk you through the process on that of, how to pick keywords that are, you don't want, well, I mean, you do want low competition. You want mild, medium traffic. If it's low competition and low volume, that's why it's low competition, right? No one's searching for it. It's not actually matching you with an audience that's big enough to do anything. But you also don't want to go so generic and general and common that I have to make it smaller, I guess, huh? That because everyone's searching for it, everyone's using it, and you're never gonna get found. So yeah, I guess comment back to me. Tell me if you've already watched the video, and then I can go more in depth. But otherwise, that's the answers in there. So start there, and way more answers. Like you want more answers than just that question. I want motivation to start work, says Saeed. You should. If you've got the skills, if you've got the passion, if you've got the time management, if you've got the client focused personality, yeah. Wachansa, I don't know if you already left, but thank you. New haircut. I don't know if you know this. I didn't learn it until now. Your hair grows so fast when you're pregnant. Like I got my hair cut to this length in August. And so that was September, October, no, like less than 4 months. And my hair was like already down to here. Like it had grown like 3 inches, which is crazy. So yeah, I just got it chopped back up to the starting line, basically. Which is another one I see all over the place. So that's really nice. Holly says, hi, are you on Twitter? What's the best way to get a hold of you if I have questions? Well, Holly, we're in a live Ask Me Anything here. So that's the best way to ask me questions. You can DM me on Instagram at Carrieblogger. I honestly can't guarantee I'm going to answer them. I'll be honest with you. I do ignore some messages, especially if you just drop into my DMs and say, hey, or even worse, hello, ma'am. Sorry, you're getting ignored. Yeah. I don't. So anyway, yeah, the best thing is if you have questions, like you want advice, you want strategic, help, you can hire me for that. And I'm happy to help in that case. I offer business consulting. If you go to bit.ly/Carrieblogger consult, I'll put that up. I've got to pitch myself because, that's what you're asking. We can consult one-on-one. We can talk. I can, ask all the questions you want in that case. And I'll provide personalized strategy advice because I can only offer generic blah, blah, blahs here, but I would be happy to help you one-on-one. And if you want to win consulting, diddle-a-doo, you should, enter my Ask the Author giveaway. That's the top prize. Pre-order the book. Dystopian sci-fi novel, thought-provoking. You're going to love it. Future utopia. Mild contentment is guaranteed for everyone in this world. But happiness comes at a cost. So, pre-order the book, ebook, audiobook, paperback, signed by your favorite YouTuber. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Anyway, okay. And you can enter to win. Then you just, pre-order, click enter the giveaway, fill out the little form. You're golden. You can win. And then talk, talk. Okay, next. I saw an interesting question pop up here. John says, good morning. I was wondering if there are any negative reviews in your Fiverr profile that you feel you actually deserved. I'm curious to know. Let's do a soul-crushing experiment here. I'll show you all of, I don't even know my negative reviews. Come on. Why does this not show reviews? Oh, they're there. Okay. Negative reviews. Ouch, this is the worst tab. Okay. I'm sure, honestly, I remember all of these. Let's see. So this person was really pissed off because I wouldn't talk to her on the phone, but we already discussed that before. This is just gonna be refuting everything. Okay, I'll do it quick. We already discussed that before she placed the order, and then she was like, okay, I agree with that. That's cool. And then afterwards she was like, she didn't talk on the phone, which is so dumb. And it was really just like out of nowhere, bafflingly weird review. She didn't have any like other comments for me, didn't request revisions. It was so weird. She also said came with spelling errors and partial sentences, which actually like was 1000% not true. So that was really super weird. I felt like they just tagged that on at the end to like complain that I wouldn't talk to them on the phone and then made that up. Poor alliteration, elegance and poetry were missing. Oh, I do remember this too. Yeah. So this was, God, this is hard. So this was for slogans at the time, and they were a like faucet designer, and they had these very specific words that they wanted me to put in the slogan. It was like whatever. They had very specific words they wanted me to put in it, and I offered like half of the delivery was like just that. Like it was so constraining that they weren't good. It was like they wanted to say like premium design, spa bathroom, elegant. It was like, how can you put those 5 words into a slogan without just, literally being a rearrangement of those and make it sound good? They asked for revision. And then the other half of them, I had changed out a small word. It was like, instead of saying design, they wanted me to say solution. Instead of saying solution, I said design. So I just like swapped the word because it was like, whatever, easy fix. And they were like, you didn't rewrite everything. I was like, well, did that have to be done? You should have just done what I said in the first place. Had an order worth $500. Order was delivered in a timely manner, but did not follow instructions. Oh my God, this makes me so mad. This was one I talked about in like a rant video. This person, I'd worked with them before and they were fantastic. And I think it was for jewelry descriptions, if I remember correctly. And we had a big e-commerce order descriptions. And we had already like worked out the brand voice. We had already worked out all the details. Big order. And I delivered like 40 descriptions. Super pleased. They come back, same brand, no other instructions. And they just sent me the links and said, hey, here you go. I'm like, welcome back. Excited to extend this project, And so then I delivered the writing in the same writing style and tone as the previous set of descriptions, because it's the same effing company. It's the same effing project. And then they were like, why are you using language like this? We need polished, ultra luxury professional. And I'm like, dude, you're charging $10 for these necklaces. And this is the same set as the previous one that did not have this ultra luxury professional tone of voice. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, okay, well, like, tell me, what words need to be swapped or whatever. And they're like, no, you have to rewrite the whole thing. And I was like, no, like, okay, no. And then they were like, you should have asked me for the tone or whatever. And it's like, dude, we've already worked together. Like, I guess you could say in that case, maybe I should have, in a perfect world, been like, hello, I just want to confirm that because this is the same company and the same set of descriptions, that we're going to continue the same tone of voice in this case. Yeah, I guess technically maybe I should have asked that question. If you use your fucking brain, no, I should not have had to ask that question. And they were ridiculous. That was so weird. This was for a photography project, which is 2 years ago. The photos came out average. Yeah, I can't do anything with that feedback. They were like, didn't have anything to say. In my case, it didn't work out. I thought her work being more expensive than others would make a difference and would come up with some smart copy. Basically, I gave her some examples and she played around with those. I don't remember this person, honestly. Sometimes people say that. I had someone say that the other week, which we talked about it and they were like, oh, I get it now. But when people are like, you took all the information and facts I gave you, and I see that you wrote original content, but I was hoping you would make up your own information or whatever. I'm like the client the other week who said that, he was saying like, it was for an about page for a company. And he was like, you didn't make up any story. I don't like my story. And I'm like, but it's your story. Like, it's your brand. It's your company's history. This is about you, dude. Like, I can't and I won't make up facts about a company story. And I was like, yeah, you have to tell me the facts. And then it's my job as the writer to, create content out of that. And so that was kind of this person's problem. They're like, I already told you what to do and you did it. I'm like, yes, sir. That is my job. This person complained about the freelance PDF that I had. I feel not inspired, so I feel lost my money. Yeah, dude. Let's see if you have any. Let's see how successful you are currently. Oh, this is me being petty. What? Come on. Oh, you know why it's doing this? Because they don't exist anymore. Yeah. So as a seller, I'm sure you're doing really well if you deleted your account or got blocked. The writing does not match our needs or intention at all. And the writing is poor and not innovative as described. Very cheap work. I don't remember who this was, but there's nothing I can do about that. Good communication, but not the slogans I expected. Honestly, I think the dumb majority of my negative reviews are on the slogans gig. That was so hard to get people to tell me, to translate their vision. That was definitely a harder thing to just hit the nail on the head than my other writing, which is honestly why I don't do it anymore. I respect the seller's style of doing things, but communication is a must. This is a photography thing. And they were mad about the arrangement of the lights in this case, but it was the product. This is another thing I complained about. Why am I talking about this for 20 minutes? This is another thing in that buyer nightmare rant video I posted several, last year or 2 years ago. When people send me products that don't look like what they want it to look like. And so they had these fairy lights and the wire material was so cheap and flimsy. It literally did this. I mean, this is what it looked like. And they were like, we want it to look like this. And then they sent me this other product that had 7 times more of those little wire things. It was they were all curly and twisty and whatever. And they're like, I want to look like this. And I'm like, dude, that's not your product. That's literally not possible with what this is. And then they were like, okay, well, I'm going to leave you a bad review. So I couldn't really help that. I do remember this person being an asshole, but I don't remember what the deal was with them. But that was, I do. God damn it. This is another photography project. It was for, did they get, oh, I was going to say, maybe they sorted all the 1 stars at the bottom now. It was for basically like an off-brand Roomba, and they were photo set, and I was really proud of how they turned out. I was really happy with it. And they were mad because my floors were tile, and they were like, you didn't tell me that. And I was like, all of my portfolio samples have a tile floor. I was like, this is what it is. You've seen the examples. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. And then they were like really mad about that. And then they left me this 1-star review. Yeah, that was so weird. So weird. They were so rude. Seller did not pay attention to my request, and I let her know I was not feeling the slogans. Yeah, yet and again, slogans. Unimpressed, not what I asked for. Use 0 the keywords I asked directly for. Remember this one. That was not true. I tried really hard to get customer service to back me up, and they just gave me nonsense answers. I was like literally like copy paste, like not copy paste, highlighting the words. I was like, he asked for this, I use this. You can see in the description that I sent. Literally, I did use those keywords. That person was so weird. I was like, are you mixing me up with someone else? And then he like never ever logged in again after this. It was so weird. This is a review. They were really mad that I didn't take a picture on the grill, which I did. They were just mad that it didn't have like flames sparking out of it. And I was like, yeah, I guess that was that I was a little not super customer servicey with them. That was probably my fault, to be honest. Seller was responsive. However, the gig totally missed the mark. I came in with very high expectations. Ooh, I remember this too. The thousands of positive reviews can't be wrong, but I'm guessing that I am not the best fit for this. I think my response to them was literally like, yeah, if you think thousands of positive reviews can't be wrong, maybe you are wrong. I was like so salty. They just would not answer any questions at all. They had no revision. They had no, like, they could not translate what they theoretically were so upset about. That was so weird. Poor experience, not creative at all. That's your comment is not creative. To improve my branding, customer service is a two-way street, and seller offered no revision. That's not true. I wasn't satisfied with some of the slogans, but brainstorming was more money. It's because, yeah, that was true. They didn't understand my process. They were not willing to work with me. That was annoying. Okay, I'm literally just going to read these and crush my soul. Here we go. This is the ego blast here. Huge gap between what was expected and what was actually received. Ouch, not true. I was kind of disappointed with the options and not impressed with any of the so-called slogans. Unacceptable experience. Purchase but won't use. Missed the mark, unfortunately, 4 years ago. Ouch. Unacceptable experience. There is considerably more value in other venues. Clancy, I freaking remember you, Clancy. Unacceptable experience. Pictures were not professional enough. Couldn't use the article. That was because they changed their topic afterwards. After I delivered it, they were like, I don't need this anymore. Can you cancel? And I was like, no. And then they were like, 1 star. Couldn't use the article. Okay, that's not my fault. Unacceptable experience 7 years ago. And this one, let's finish on a high. I think this is one of the worst mean made up comments I've received. A 5-year-old could write better. If you are running a kids blog, she will bore the crap out of the kids. She refused to give me the money back when I asked. Never hiring her again, nor will I recommend her to anyone. Poor writing, poor customer service. Stay away. Well, wasn't that just a fun little trip down memory lane? But that's all. That is all of the negative reviews I have in 9 years. I think it's like, what, 20 total in 9 years or something? I didn't have any bad reviews last year. I think I had 1 this year. It's like, God damn it. Makes me so annoyed. Wow. What was the point of that? Was that fun for you? Wow. Okay. Teddy says, I took an extended break from Fiverr to work with private clients. Since coming back, my stats haven't been the same. Any idea on how to get going again? Do I have ideas on that? Yeah, take this as an opportunity to restart your strategy discussion. Like jumping back in, It's possible. I mean, it's possible that the platform like is, again, because if we're giving the algorithm the benefit of the doubt, they want to promote people who are being successful for their clients. So if the algorithm, the magic robot, hasn't seen you deliver outcomes for clients that are winning in a long time, you're not high on that list. Like even if you did before, they are currently seeing other people who are currently being successful, are currently winning for those clients. They're going to get the top slot. Like just because you did a long time ago doesn't mean that you're just going to pop back up to where you were. Again, because there's other people who are already like higher in that list of success. So it's a really good idea to just reset your strategy. Use this opportunity to double check that your visuals are as strong as possible, that you're getting as many clicks off of those impressions as possible. See if something else is trending. You know, maybe since then the algorithm has changed how it sorts keywords a little bit. Maybe some things just timeline wise aren't trending the way that they were when you were doing this before. For example, you know, maybe you were doing crypto articles. I don't know. And that was something that was like massively trending 2 months ago. And now that those keywords that you're using have kind of passed out of their peak, and that now that's not as popular. That I don't think that's a real example, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, just use this as an example or a time opportunity to come back stronger, come back like refreshed, and just give everything another once over to see how you can do things better. Because the algorithm wants to see you're continuing. Oh my God, I've missed so many questions when I literally was just going through my negative reviews. Okay, I scrolled too far. Let's see. Wow. Okay, here we go. I got lost in my comments. While you were doing copywriting work in college, didn't you ever think of studying marketing? That's a great question, but no. I honestly should have. You should watch this. I had to quit. Why I quit teaching after 3 months. That goes through my whole plan. Is my dog out of this bin? Nope. Yeah, no, I was so 1000%. I was not even 1000%. I was 10,000% set on being a music teacher, band director. So I was so laser focused. I didn't take any classes that weren't music education or French, literally in college at all. The music ed requirements literally had so many credits that I didn't even need electives. Basically, I did a French minor, and that was all I had to do to get all of my my entire degree's credit requirements was that and music. So that was all I studied because I was so set on it. And look where that got me. Got me right here, which is a great place to be. Good, Sachin. I'm glad that answer was meaningful for you. Tesoros, hello. Wishance is still here. Good. I'm glad you heard it. Hey, Carrie, I have a beginner question. How do you write a blog description, whatever, in the way your clients want it? Do they give you a brief where they mention how many words to write, the goal, etc.? Says Andre. Yeah, so it's your job to ask those questions. Part of your job is to write the content, obviously. Another massive part of your job is to understand what they need. So let's see if I search for requirements that might pop up. Yeah. So look up the word requirements, in my video library, how to build the perfect client brief and why I never talk on the phone. That's a good one. It's an oldie, but a goodie a year ago. I'm pretty sure I even talked through some of the messages I have written down. And then the other one to look for is quick responses. Again, how do you communicate with clients to tell them what you need? How do you get that information from them? When I'm telling people about what I do or what makes my job hard, or more importantly, if you're going to have the skills to succeed, I always say as an example, if you were the student in school who delivered incredible writing, you were so proud of it, your teacher was like, wow, this is really well done, but you didn't really answer the question, or but you missed this one thing in the rubric that you really needed to put in here. that is not a good sign at all, because you have to be a mind reader and you have to understand so foolproof what they're asking for. And you can see in some of those reviews that I had, like a common thread of, especially more years ago, I'm even better at it now than I used to be. Because practice, when they're like, it's not what I was expecting, or I thought I was getting something different, or she didn't ask a question she should have, or whatever. Like, those are really hard comments to deal with, because in many cases it's like, well, I shouldn't have had to ask, or, well, you told me something different. Like, there's a lot of that, like, I don't know if it's my fault. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to be a mind reader. You have to know what they're needing. And on the basic, absolutely fundamental surface, knowing the word count is just part of the quote. Like, you would know that to tell them how much the price is going to be. That's like sub-level 0 kind of question. And then there's, like, what's the audience that I'm writing for? What's the actual facts you want to have included, especially if it's like a product description, like tell me the specs of the product, give me the manufacturer's link, whatever. The tone of the brand, usually that's not something that people can accurately describe for you. It's something you have to intuit yourself. And that's, again, something I feel like I'm very, very good at. That makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't make sense to everybody. I do talk about that in this course if you're interested. I think that brand voice and like matching the style, the emotional style, the goals of a brand, the aesthetics, the consumer base, all that stuff is so important. Wow, look how much longer my hair was. That's crazy. I look like a good person. So anyway, that brand style writing I think is so, so important. I think it's one thing that definitely sets my writing apart from other competitors, because it's something that's so core to how I approach copy. And so you should check that out. That's one of the things I cover in this course for e-commerce copywriting, which you can find at bit.ly/Carrieblogger course. All right. Next question. Lamia says, thank you. Thank you. And if you're, enjoying this video, you find value in it, consider leaving a super chat. Consider donating to peachpay.me/Carrieblogger, which is in the corner. Consider just, support my channel, say thanks, give back a little bit. I do this for you. I do this for me, but it would be nice. Tesoro says, Carrie, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Where do I see myself in 3 years? Doing this. I see myself still doing this. Honestly, I love what I do. I love my job. I love that it keeps evolving in little ways, but it's like overall so sustainable. I think having a baby is going to change a lot of things, as it should. And I don't even know, because that's so not what my life looks like right now. I don't even know how to like anticipate that. Like, even planning for next year at the beginning of the year, I'm like, I feel like I can't. It's a big planning black hole for me, because I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know how my day's going to look. I don't know anything. And so he changes a lot of things, the baby. So I don't know. I see there's definitely a possibility that I'm going to start going down like more building an agency kind of rabbit hole of, like building a team that I trust, being, again, really transparent about that, because if you've seen this video, where is it? Oh no, let's search for it. As the best title, it's called like Scaling or Scamming. No, that's not true. They're lying to you. Yeah. Scaling or Scamming, Problematic Outsourcing in the Gig Economy. I have some thoughts about that and the really problematic outsourcing that I'm seeing from a lot of behind the scenes freelancers that I don't agree with. So anyway, if I do kind of go down that route and see how can I manage a team, serve more clients, and be a little bit less hands-on, like, is that possible without giving up the things I love about my job, which is the writing, and also just like matching my workflow. So I don't know. That's a big I don't know for me. What can we do if we get sick suddenly and have a one-day order? Should we cancel? Lamia, that's a good question. I would first tell them, you're a person. Tell them, I'm so sorry. I suddenly came down with this. You're the top priority. Does your schedule allow for, if we add 2 days to this order, I feel like I'm on the rise again. I should be able to do this tomorrow or the day after. Say, I'll be in touch with you. I just want to communicate this. And then also give them the opportunity to cancel and say like, and no hard feelings. I totally understand. I'm really sorry about this inconvenience. I also wish I wasn't sick, just be a person. Like, and chances are they'll say, get better. I want you to feel your best and I want you to have like your full brain power to work on this project. Or they'll say, sorry, you're sick, but I really need this today. Can't wait. Cancel. It sucks obviously that you're sick and it has to adjust your life, but like those are the two options. Just be transparent with them and give them the option and you'll find which one works for them. Jeffrey says, after having a poor experience with customer service on Facebook and a nightmare of UX on eBay, how would you rate Fiverr's customer service if a problem develops? I haven't had a problem in a while. So I haven't dealt with customer service in probably well over a year, which has been great. Great that I haven't had to deal with them. It used to be great. I would say about 2017-ish, 16-ish. They started going hardcore, just like auto replies, generic responses, can't help, can't do anything. Human-ish, making like smart human decisions. I think since then, again, I haven't really dealt with them much at all. It's gotten better. I think it's gotten a lot better of like finding that middle ground of like, they have to be as unbiased as possible, that like trusted third party that can be the intermediary of both protecting buyer interests and protecting seller interests. And sometimes that means kind of taking one for the team and making ideally both of those parties happy. I think that's what Fiverr's not good enough at yet, especially given how much freaking money they take from everyone. I think they need to step in a lot more to like, again, take one for the team, keep the seller, protect the buyer. If that means that Fiverr loses a little bit of income to do that and keep everyone happy and successful and whatever, I think that they need to do that more. But again, because I haven't used them in a while, I can't super say, but I've had some frustrating things. Some of those reviews you said, that I just went through, there were times that I'm like, they didn't use the keyword and I can prove that I literally did. And that's the only complaint they have. And back then at that point in the customer service history, when they were like, generic auto reply, cannot help, I was like, God damn it. But that was years ago. Brian, it's good to make a PDF explaining my process and my extras because I do video editing for streamers and some things that I want to add like an extra are difficult to understand for some people. Yes. I talk about this a lot in my consulting with clients, is like, you are the expert in what you're doing. And the people who are hiring freelancers, like as a customer type, they know they need help and they know they need to find a partner to help them with that, but they don't necessarily know what they're doing. They don't necessarily know what they need. They don't necessarily know anything, which is why they're hiring you. So always taking an educational approach. This also comes down, just as like a secondary side note, this also sometimes comes down to the feedback that they send you. Like, for example, random example, a couple weeks ago, I have this client who I've worked with several times. They're a translation company in South America. And they are nice, easy to work with. We have a good relationship. And she stepped back and said, hey, I've been thinking about it and I really want to add this extra information to my bio that I had written for her. And I said, I can do that, but I'm going to advise you not to. I was like, this information is so basic. It's things that people will already assume based on your job title. It's not worth saying, obviously, honestly. And I was telling her, this is why we basically already covered it here. It's going to dilute this point and make it less clear. It's also going to just make it too long. In that case, like the formatting would all have to change. It's just not worth it, honestly. And I, again, said, I can do it if you want. You have the revision credit you've paid for, or that's complimentary in that case. And she came back to me and said, I'm so glad you said that. Thank you for your professional advice. I think I really agree with you. Don't worry about it. We'll skip it. And that's not me trying to avoid work. It's me educating my clients because I'm the writing expert. And she can say, I think it needs to say this, but she's not the writing expert. And she doesn't have like the strategy of how and why I wrote the content the way I did. So just, having that educational approach, having the confidence to say that, and always saying to the client, I will do what you want. Like ultimately you're paying me. We'll do that. But you're trusting me for a reason and I'm going to help you and be helpful. So yeah, the more you can do to be helpful, be proactive, educate them, and be a resource, absolutely you should do that. John, some bad reviews are just not avoidable. Isn't that the truth? I asked to understand how you underwent the whole sacrifice, hard work, and success you got during the past years. Oh, was it really hard, or were you so patient and focusing on the goal, taking into account you canceled one of your previous accounts with Fiverr? Nope. I think you're messing me up with someone else. I've definitely never canceled an account with Fiverr. You definitely wrong person. It also was not hard, as I've talked about in other things. My account has grown so seamlessly. Every year I've made more money than the year before. And kind of across the board, every year I've worked a little bit less than the year before. Like my time is being valued more highly. My expertise is valued more highly. Clients are great. Clients are getting so much better. I love the clients I've worked with this year. It's just across the board fantastic. And so, no, I wasn't. I've been focused on hard work. I've been focused on client success. And those two things have allowed it to just snowball and be this beautiful blessing in my life. Teddy says, that's great advice. Yay. Andre says, thank you. Yay. Lawrence. Yeah, Fiverr has taken a freaking amount of money. Lawrence, also, you've almost been here every single week. I think you missed a couple live streams, but July Fit has you beat on the perfect attendance award. But cheers and thanks for being here. And Jeffrey says, thanks for answering honestly. Congratulations, by the way. Good. I'm happy to help. So yeah, I actually got through all of my questions. Oh no, there's one I skipped. Andre says, pictures. Were you or are you also taking pictures for certain projects and clients? Yeah, at the time I did offer photography and reviews just as like fun gigs that were obviously not writing. Oh my gosh, I can't reach around my microphone. You should check out this video if you're interested. All the gigs I sold on Fiverr. It's a lot. My evolution as a top rated seller. That walks through all of the things I've offered over the years. Let's see if I can list them all. Promotion on my daily blog, which was about national holidays, which I had for 3 years. Letter writing. I think one of the first ones I ever offered was I will interpret your dreams. That was literally like day one. I was like, ooh, this will be fun. It's so dumb. No one ever ordered and I deleted it. I did slogans and branding and business names for a bit. Honest product reviews. People ship me their products and I honestly, even if it was bad, told, honest opinion after trying it. I also did photography along with that product photography. I did logo design for a hot second, just like in line with branding. Business consulting, obviously. Right now I offer Amazon listings, Shopify descriptions for products. Blogs and articles have been a long time. Fun. Website content, about pages, email campaigns. Proofreading was an oldie. I don't like proofreading. That was cut real fast. I feel like there's more. You should check that video out. It's kind of walking through my evolution. And as I mentioned earlier, my business has not changed. Sorry. Whoa. My business has not stayed the same. It has changed. That literally was the backwards of what I wanted to say. And I think that evolving is one of the benefits of this kind of work. And it's one of the things you should take advantage of, like you're not set into what you're doing, you are in control and you can take pride and ownership in that and like determining the trajectory of your career. So do it. Like, why not? That's one of the top perks. So glad I didn't miss it. Happy to be here, says Dina Galal. Hello, Dina. Tesoro says thank you. And July Fit says great live as usual. Thanks. You're kicking me off, which I appreciate. John says Merry Christmas to you, Carrie, and everyone watching. All the best in 2022 if we don't meet again before then. Yes. And like I said, I think this is going to be the last live for a while. I don't know for sure when I'm going to but take a break from posting videos. But I will not be back next Sunday. This has been a blast talking to you guys. Let's do a quick rundown of all the stuff I got going on. As you know, please consider pre-ordering my book. Ebooks and audiobook are available for instant digital download through my website, which is carriefrenchauthor.com, where you can order a signed paperback. I also have some beautiful book merch to go along with this. It's a really good book. You're gonna love it, I swear. And like I said, all pre-orders qualify for all of my giveaways. You literally just have to pre-order and then submit the little form and you can win. And I will tell you right now, there's not a ton of entries. So you have a darn good chance of winning $150 value one-on-one freelance consulting with me. And of course, you'll get a book that you're going to absolutely love. So think about that, please. One-on-one advising with me, Carrieblogger Consult, is over here somewhere. I absolutely really love and enjoy getting to talk with people, especially like YouTube subscribers who are like, oh my God, I've seen you on YouTube. This is so weird to talk to you in person. It's so nice and fun. And I love getting to solve your specific problems and provide real strategy for you. You know, it's just so much better than just being able to say like, I don't know, watch a video. I don't know your situation. There are more free resources, although I haven't uploaded in a while. I should add some more at peachpay.me/carrieblogger. Check that out. Free. Y'all love that. You can see what I do at carrieblogger.com, an example of my website, my portfolio, how I have my business set up. And lastly, you can check out my copywriting course, which is e-commerce copywriting. Again, diving into not just the literal how to write copy, but like how to write copy for brands, how to get that like personal approach and unique style into your writing. Okay, one more time. What's my book called, everyone? Let's pop this up here. Say it with me. The book is called Without Disruption, and you are gonna, say it with me, love it. Just kidding. I didn't really. Okay. I don't know if you know what to say, but anyway, love you all. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's a contest? Yeah. Lawrence, what are you doing, man? I've said this 15 million times. You can win. You can win. It's not technically a contest. It's called a giveaway. I mean, for real. Because a contest, I think you have to compete, and a giveaway is just randomly selected. But yes, Lawrence, you're a writer. You're a reader. Lawrence, you want to buy my book. Again, audiobook, ebook, paperback. You got 3 ways to read it. You're gonna love it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not actually it's not shade, for real. But yes, if you pre-order my book and fill out this little form at carriefrenchauthor.com/giveaways, it's super easy to find. You can win. You can win consulting with me. You know, even if you don't want to consult with me, we could just hang out for 45 minutes and chat. But yes, you can win. 3 people are going to win, and all pre-orders automatically qualify. Okay, I've done enough pitching. No, I haven't. One more time. Without Disruption. It's a dystopian sci-fi novel, and it's not so sci-fi. Like if you're like, oh, I don't read sci-fi. It's not like alien invasion, space opera, crazy. It's not. It's really written like literary fiction, but just in a utopia in the future. And it's very utopian in heart. It has the questions of like, how happy do we have to be a true utopia? Like how many people have to just love their lives and have, you know, how, whatever, utopia. That's the question. And, but our main character is experiencing dystopia in a world where everyone around him has it figured out, which I feel like is a very, you know, universal human trait. How do you find a balance of happiness in your life? How happy do you have to be when everyone else around you says, just figure it out, just be happy? And it's like, how? Okay, I swear to God. Thank you guys so much. Pre-order my book, carriefrenchauthor.com. You're going to love it. you're just gonna love it. And I love you guys all for being here, and goodbye.